Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I have decided to do an easy guide to make your own Lego movie, and so I hope that this will be helpful for anyone who is starting out on Blender or doesn't really know how to get their Lego into Blender. This is for you. I'll be covering everything from Mecabricks to Premiere Pro to camera to lighting to rendering and to rigging your minifig. So I know that if you're here, you're eager to start. So let's go. First things first is you want to go to the Mecabricks website and make a profile. Then once you've done that, you can just start building. You can either, if you want to follow along with my build, I'll link it in this description below. If you want to use already pre-existing builds, just make sure you ask the creator that you're using it. If you're putting it on Lego, if you're monetizing from it, we want to be correct. You want to go to shop and download Blender Lite and Mecaface, and then once you do that, go to your profile here, go to shop. Go to your profile, go to purchases, and then download them here. They'll be in your downloads file. Then you add on and it will get onto your Blender. This is who I am going to use as my minifig. All you have to do is go to export and then Blender add-on, and then export will be a ZMBX file. Make sure everything is labeled correctly and easy to find. Another two things that we need to download before we get started, otherwise you're going to hit a very, very big wall, is on github.com, the epic rig fig. I will link it in the description below. Make sure that you download the zip. Do not open the zip file because it will not work. So make sure it stays as a zip. And I would also download dynamic parent because that's what you need in case your Lego minifigure wants to pick up stuff. You can do it without the dynamic parent, but what's the point when you've got this? Again, download the zip, don't open the zip, and make sure that it works with the Blender that you're using. I'm using Blender 4.1, so everything that I'm using works with Blender 4.1. As you can see here, I have 4.1. So just so you know, if it's not working, just download 4.1, and then you can have multiple Blenders open. So if you're doing something else, if you're doing something else with a different Blender that's working, you can have as many different types of versions as you want. Okay, so you've opened up Blender and this is the interface right now. So you've got the camera, you've got the cube, and you've got the light. If you press G, you can move it. S makes it bigger. That's pretty much the standard with anything. If you press G and Y, it moves side to side. G and X, I think this is, well, it's on the x-axis, and then G and Z up and down. So that's pretty much what like shortcuts you want. It is good to have a numpad, like keyboard with a numpad, but I actually don't have it because I am away from home right now. So you can also do this without. I would advise to have a mouse that is not on your laptop. So that's my only advice there. First thing you want to do is go to edit and preferences. Here where you see install, that's where you want to install your, and if I go to, I'm going to go to my Lego tutorial downloads. Here are the two things that you want to install. I'm not going to do it now, but you'll install the add-on. So I did say make sure it's a zip, because once it's, so make these are zips, and then once your add-ons, obviously it's going to be like this. Sometimes you have to open the zip files, and again, it depends on what Blender version you're on. So if the zip file is not working and it's not coming on, then open it. That's what I would say. Once you do that, it will come here, and what you're gonna do is enable it. So I've already got it here, so you'll just enable it. Let me go dynamic parent. So here's my dynamic parent. I'm just going to press enable, and it will come onto the side here. As you can see, I've got Mecaface, Epic Rig, and dynamic parenting. If you want a video on how to like add the add-ons, just I'll link a video that should pop up here or in the description, where you can go straight to how to do that. Okay, so we have zoomed by. So we have exported our set and we've exported our minifigure. So what do we do now? And I am going to go through it right now. First of all, delete all of these, press X. We don't need these. When you're here on your collections, I would delete this collection for now and just keep this scene collection. Let's go to File, Import Mecabricks. It should already be there. If you have downloaded the Mecabricks add-on, go to Lego, wherever you've saved it. So I've saved it under here. And I'm going to go to Blender Babe ZMBX. And here it is. She is. Up here you have your different viewports. So this is what she looks like with the shading. And this is the rendered version. If you go to cycles, you'll see a better version when you put the lights on, but it's heavier to export, but I'll cover that later on. So for this, I'm just going to keep her like this. Make sure that you delete the empty. We don't want it. So here we go. We've deleted it. Keep everything in one collection. And I'll tell you why afterwards. So select all of her parts. You can either do it like this, or you can go here and select them all like this. However you do it, you're going to get to the same endpoint. Click Epic Rig Fig, and then Rig Selected Minifigure, and that is all you need to know. That's all you need to do. Then do not move, do not do anything. Press on your bones. So this is the master bone. These are all the separate bones, the arms and the legs. And we have to come up here and go to pose mode. She won't move up if you don't do that. So always remember to go to pose mode. And then just like everything else, if you want to move her arms, G, legs go up and down. If you want them to do something different, you can go up here and uncheck. So for example, let's say I want her leg to go like this. Just uncheck here and it will do the same. Depends, like if you want her to do like a gym workout or something. And that's about it on the minifigure. This is actually how you will start animating with adding keyframes, which I will cover in the next video. So this is actually all you need to know on this part. And let's say you want her to go back to normal. All you have to do is click all of the bones. So you can either do this or just press the mask and press A and do Option G, Option G, Option R. So Option R is what you have to do. Sometimes it's G, sometimes it's R. So here if you do Option R, she goes back. If you move, anyway, you get the point. Option R. Okay, so this is for rigging your minifigure. If that's all you need, if that's all you want to know, that's fine, but we're going to also do Mecaface while we're at it. So what we're going to do is now we're going to go to object mode. We're going to click her head and we are going to go to Mecaface, and we're gonna, you can do whatever you want here. So it's got like the lips, I actually want them to be red. You can change the color, lips and lashes, whatever else, and then you just add face rig to selected, and then finish rig face. So now you can see that we've got our Mecaface on, but as you can also see is that her face underneath is still visible. So if you don't want that, because we don't want that, because while we're animating it, we don't want her other mouth to be showing, go to textured paint and she will come up, her face will come up like this. And it's very simple. Go to your drawer, get the color picker, and then she's gone. And we're gonna do the eyes as well for this. And let me just do the eyebrows too. But you don't have to do those if you want the eyes and the eyebrows. So now she looks like this. If you want, what was I gonna say? Now we're gonna go here. Everything is an epic rig fig collections. So here is where we have the Mecaface. So let's just say, and I've already deleted it, but let's say you don't want the eyebrows, you can just uncheck them and then make sure you get rid of the camera as well, because otherwise it will still render it. So that will be useful for later on when we are importing our set. So that is for the Mecaface. And now to quickly animate the Mecaface, because this is a little bit, it's very easy to teach. You want to go to Asset Browser, and here are all of your faces. And it's as easy as you need to go to pose mode, like how we've done with the other one. Go to pose, select all, and here we go. You are just going to click on one of the faces and press I to add a keyframe. And you can also go on here and let auto keys. Let's say you want to change on 13, 12, and then you want to do this. You're following a voiceover. If you want to follow a voiceover, go to video sequence, drop your voiceover here, if that's what you are also wanting to animate voice. But so here you'll see that she has a smile, and then we've got here, but it kind of like moves because the keyframes are on Bezier. So just highlight it all, press T, and then go to constant. So now it's going to be all the same until it changes. And that's what we mean by constant. If we get rid of this, we'll be able to see, and let's do something where she's like this. So we can see all of her faces right now. The only reason why I don't I like to keep their own eyebrows is because these ones are a little bit sad. So I prefer to sometimes just keep the, also I did put lashes on and I wonder why it didn't do that. But anyway, sometimes I like to keep, have our epic rig fig, we've got it rigged and a Mecaface. Now we need to save the minifig. So what we want to do is make sure that everything is in one collection. So we're going to put all of this in Blender if it's not already there, and then that's it. So it's going to be in Blender Babe or whatever your minifig is called, and we're going to go up here and save as, and then save it wherever you want to save it. So we're going to do this and character, and then I'm going to click on there and do BB. So, and I'm going to save as. And now she is saved and ready to be appended into our set. So these are all the steps that you need. So we've covered a lot right now. We've covered Mecaface, Mecabricks, Epic Rig, downloaded dynamic parents, did the add-ons, and now we are ready to import our set and import our minifig to our set. So thanks for watching, and the next episode will be up in a few days, and then we'll go from there. Okay,